All right, Vegas Baby. This is the segment where we go over the good, the bad, and the ugly on anything we can fucking bet on this week. This week, week 13, we definitely need to go over the good, the bad, and the ugly because there was plenty to talk about this weekend. Like, week 13 did not disappoint in any way or shape or form or fashion. I actually think that this was one of the craziest weeks for football. I was able to watch a lot more games since the Titans were on the bye week this week. More in depth. I say that. I was able to watch a lot more games, and you got some sense of things that how teams are going to get ready for the playoffs. What teams are ready for the playoffs? What teams are not ready for the playoffs? What teams are not going to make the playoffs as well, or shouldn't make the playoffs? So, I definitely think we got a lot to talk about. I'm going straight into the good because we always got to give the good news first. I definitely like the win that the Washington football team put up on the Raiders. I thought that the football team was going to win that game, but the Raiders did come off of a Thursday night overtime, Thanksgiving overtime win against the Cowboys. But look at that recipe. I just want to make sense of that to you guys. The Washington football team without Chase Young did just beat Tom Brady. The Raiders beat the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. That's nothing. That means absolutely anything. That means nothing to me. The Cowboys lose every fucking Thanksgiving. The Cowboys and Lions lose on Thanksgiving is as traditional as fucking turkey at this point in my household. So I didn't put no stock into the Raiders winning that game. I did put a lot of stock into how the football team were able to hold Tom Brady, though. So I definitely like the football team in that one. And shouts out to you guys for winning. Taylor Heineke, you making a lot of mistakes, but you're winning games. And that's all it takes, bro. That's all it takes. Next, I definitely want to talk about the Los Angeles Chargers beating the Cincinnati Bengals. They beat them pretty bad, too. And to think that game was actually pretty close. Justin Herbert threw a terrible interception on 3rd and 25. They were able to return it and possibly get a field goal out of it. But that defense shut down Joe Burrow and Joe Cool and Jamar Chase out there. Jamar Chase had one of the most unluckiest plays I've ever seen in my life in that game. So the Chargers had one of the most luckiest plays I've ever seen in my life in that game. Jamar Chase had Mike Davis beat on the seam route. He caught it, but then turned around, bobbled the ball, and gave it right back to the guy that's trailing him. Like, that doesn't happen many times. So the ball hits you in your fucking hands and bounces to the guy that's trailing behind you. Like, that's wild. They had that type of day, but you love to see the Chargers keeping up with the Kansas City Chiefs in their division. The Raiders losing was big for them as well. So good shouts out to the Chargers for that win. And I definitely want to talk about the Seattle Seahawks. My man, Russell Wilson, getting back in the winning column. Their season's over with. Done. Russ threw a pick that bounced off a man's hand in the red zone. Yet they still fucking won by 7 points. Yet they still won. Russ is still showing everybody that he got it. He still is the reason why they win any game that they win. It ain't the defense. It ain't the running game. Chris Carson's hurt. It ain't the wide receivers that's fucking letting balls bounce off their fucking hands and dropping every other thing that they fucking catch. It's Russ. So I really want to see where he goes next year. What he does next year to rectify his career and get him out of that situation. He needs it. He definitely needs it. So shouts out to Seattle. Mostly shout out to Russell Wilson for getting the W. Now I definitely want to talk about the bad for this past weekend. And it wasn't that bad. Because most of the shit's ugly. To be honest with you. And we're going to start off with the Steelers and Ravens game. It's definitely ugly for the Ravens. They should have won that game. They gave you the game. You went for 2 to win it. I understand. It's your divisional opponent, one of the most heated rivalries in all of football, in all of sports, actually. And you guys wanted to get out there, no overtime, no nothing, just get it out and go. That wasn't the right move, though. You had scored a touchdown late. You took the game from them. Momentum's on your side. Go into overtime. You had to go for 2 if they had made every extra point. They missed 1. So now all you gotta do is get the extra point. Let's go. You really think that your defense against Ben Roethlisberger was not going to was not suffice to satisfy the outcome that you wanted? No, I understand it's win or lose at that point, but put yourself in a better position. You're the better team. The Steelers going for 2 and don't get it. That's a good decision by Mike Tomlin. But the Ravens going for 2 and not getting it, that's a stupid decision because you're the better team. More time, better teams usually wins. Now, I also want to talk about no other than the Chicago Bears. Oh my God. Like, when is Matt Nagy gone? When is he leaving? I'm tired of watching this shit fucking happen. Like, there, you know it was like, how do you want Andy Dalton to play, but then put him in a position to throw 4 fucking interceptions? That's terrible coaching. That's terrible football. That's terrible everything. Everybody in the organization needs to go. Everybody in the front office of the organization needs to go. You guys are actually ugly, but there's uglier. 4 interceptions and you lose by 11. That tells me one thing and one thing only. You had a chance to win in that game. You had a chance of winning that game, and Kyler Murray was back. So without 4 interceptions, 1 interception, 3 scores, you win. 2 interceptions, 2 touchdowns, you win. It's a different game. So that's just ugly for the Bears. And it's not the player. It's Andy Dalton and the fucking coaching staff. But you've seen the writing on the walls. You know, in that same regard, I think that Denver should be in the bad. I think it should be in the ugly. But they're in the bad this week because a pick 6 by Sorensen, who is the slowest fucking safety that you can fucking have on anybody's team, had a pick 6. Without that pick 6, it's 9 to what? It's 9 to 15. It's a 1-score game. 1 score. That tells me Denver was right there in that game. The Chiefs' offense looks like shit. They're shelling themselves. They're not as explosive as they used to be. And they should not have been taking their team as such. Kick your field goals. Get your points. The Chiefs' defense looked decent. Their offense is a problem now. So, it's wild. It's wild. Denver should have been in that game. At least enough to cover the spread, but they didn't. And now we definitely got to go straight over to the... And you know who I'm starting off with. You already know. I got to talk about the Vikings. See ya, Mike Zimmer. You gone. You can't lose to a team that's supposed to lose every game this year. Every game this year? You play them twice a year, so you know they're shit. You know they suck at everything they try to do. They've been playing their ass off all year. If you go in that game flat-footed and give them a position to have the ball last and win, this shows that y'all were on the same wavelength. How are the Vikings, with all that explosive firepower they have on fucking offense with Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook, You got Irv Smith Jr. You got tight ends. You got an okay offensive line. You got a defense with Daniil Hunter and Harrison Smith and Eric Kendrickson. Like, what are we talking about here? That means the coaching staff was on par with a 0-12 team, bro. 0-11-1. I'm sorry, because they actually didn't lose every game. So, see ya, Mike Zimmer. You gone, bro. You can start selling your house now if you have one in Minnesota. And I'd be looking for a defensive coordinator job now, right now. Next, I definitely need to talk about the Saints, bro. Like, the Saints on Thursday Night Football look like shit. They lost by 10 points and Taysom Hill threw 4 interceptions. They were in that game. They should have been in that game. They should have actually won that game. I feel like they could have put up enough points to beat the fucking Cowboys in that game. They showed that they could have, minus the turnovers. Why pay Taysom Hill $50 million extension if dude playing like this? It's like you ain't seen this shit in fucking practice. He had tight end on the third of the snaps. He covering kicks for a reason. Ain't because he's just that damn good. It's for a reason. If he was that damn good, he'd be playing fucking quarterback. Jameis Winston would have never played quarterback. Trevor Siemian damn sure would have never played quarterback. But you gave him $50 million more. Look for the Saints to be fucked up from there. I don't think Sean Payton's gonna return, especially since they're in the ugly now. Watch it though. Now I definitely want to talk about, last or not least, the New York Giants. You lose by 11 points to the Dolphins. The Dolphins been playing up and down all season. The Giants been playing down all season. So you were hoping that they get like a down week for the Dolphins to play with the down Giants. Even though Daniel Jones is not there. Mike Glennon. What the fuck, bro? Y'all all suck. Everybody who went to the Giants should be looking to get the fuck out of there. They need a new head coach. They need a new GM. They're the same category as the Bears. Minus at least the Bears got Justin Fields for the next 10 years. I don't know what you're going to keep Daniel Jones for the next 10 years or not. I just don't. Yeah. I definitely want to give an honorary shout out to Gardner Minshew. Good game, bro. He was able to beat the Jets. I know that Jalen Hurts is hurt. But you were able to step in with that lagging offense and still pull it out. The Jets have been inspired all season. They played an inspired game that game as well. But you were able to come back and lead the way. I think I heard some crazy ass stat that the Jets have never beaten the Eagles. So, shouts out to you, Gardner Minshew. And for everybody out here thinking that I'm just shitting on the fucking Chiefs, over the past few games, Pat Mahomes is at a 41.7 QBR for these past few games. He's not played like himself. It doesn't look like he's injured. It don't look like it, but he's missed a bunch of throws. He's had a lot of drops, but he's also missed a lot of throws as well. So everything is looking wild right now in the AFC and in the NFC. I love the NFL, especially late in the season, and this has turned out to be one of the craziest seasons ever. You gotta love it. Now we're going to talk about some NBA games that's happening until the next time we see each other. And we're gonna start off with the games tonight on Monday. We got the 76ers traveling to Charlotte to play the Hornets as well. To play the Hornets. I like the 76ers in this one. I feel like the Charlotte Hornets are having some injuries at this point in their season. Miles Bridges is playing his butt off, but look for the process to continue the process in this one. I like the 76ers. Next, we got the Grizzlies of Memphis traveling to Miami to play the Heat. I actually like the Heat in this one. The Heat are a favorite in that one as well. I just think that without Ja Morant, the Heat are going to play more sound basketball, a lot less turnovers, and that's just going to be the difference in between the two. The points in the paint and the turnovers, which Ja Morant gives the Grizzlies a huge boost every game. They're going to definitely miss that. Next, we got the Nuggets traveling to Chicago to play the Bulls. I like the Bulls in this one. I don't like the Nuggets until they get healthy. I'll be honest with you. Until Jamal Murray returns, and which we got to see how long that's still going to be. I don't like the Nuggets this season. I don't know what they're doing with Bol. But every time he gets in and plays, he's playing amazing. They don't like him. They're not playing him. They like PJ Dozier. They like to play their players that they like to play. But I just don't think that they're in winning basketball right now. All right, if we travel to Tuesday, we got the Nets traveling to Dallas to play the Mavs. I actually like the Nets in that one on the road. I feel like KD is a matchup nightmare, and there's nobody that's going to match up with him. And you're going to put Dorian Finney-Smith and Luka Doncic on him? That's game. So that's the only reason why they just have nobody to match up with KD. James Harden and Luka Doncic are going to go toe for toe, but look for KD to blow the fuck out of Porzingis and Dorian Finney-Smith or anybody else that tries to guard him. Next, we got the New York Knicks traveling to the San Antonio Spurs. This is a good one, I feel like. This was a hard one for me to choose because they're both playing like at that mid-level game. Look for the Knicks to win that one. I'm going with the Knicks on that one only because I feel like they have the more youth, the more talented youth, the more firepower that they can use to create just more offense than the San Antonio Spurs can create at this point. Next, we also have the Celtics traveling to LA to play the Lakers. I'm not betting against King. He's back. So if he's going to be healthy and then playing in that game, I like to see him play. I like to see them. The Celtics are struggling as well as the Kings team as well in LA. So look for both teams to like keep it a low-scoring, close game. I feel like the Lakers will probably pull it out at the end, though. All right, moving on to Wednesday, we got the Bucks traveling to Miami to play the Heat. That's gonna be the greatest game of the week, I feel like, so far. I do like the Miami Heat in that one. I feel like even without Bam Adebayo, they can still have enough people in that paint to shut down Giannis. They know what they did wrong. They know what they did right as well. And 2 years ago when they made it to the finals. So look for them to Eric Spoelstra and Jimmy Butler to deploy all the Giannis beaters that they can possibly pull on that one. Next, we got the Blazers traveling to Golden State to play the Warriors as well. I actually like the Warriors on that one. I think the Blazers got their win earlier in the season. They're not going to get another one. Simple as that. Warriors are scoring too fucking much. The Blazers don't have the defense to stop them and put themselves in a position, nor do they have enough offensive firepower to play. I know Damian Lillard is probably going to be mad at me for that one. CJ McCollum as well. but I feel like Jordan Poole and Steph Curry, Draymond running like most of the point there. They're running up and down the court with anybody like they did in their heyday of their dynasty as well. So look for the Warriors to win that one. Next, we're going back to the Clippers. They're still on the West Coast. They're playing against the Celtics. I'm sorry, the Celtics are still on the West Coast. They're playing against the Clippers this time on Wednesday night, and I actually don't think that the Celtics are going to lose back-to-back games. They're either going to win against the Lakers or they're going to win against the Clippers. I feel like they're going to beat the Clippers just because of the matchup basis. Jason Tatum is going to have a good game as well. I like Marcus Smart against Reggie Jackson. So give me the Celtics and Matt game. PG-13 is definitely going to he's been stepping his game up. He's playing at an MVP level this year. Look for him to continue that trend. I just don't know if that'll be enough to stop the Celtics right after they lose to the Lakers in the same building. All right, and for Thursday night, we got the Jazz traveling to Philly to play the 76ers. I actually like the Jazz in that one. Jazz are playing really well right now. Rudy Gobert has been playing amazing this year. Coming off the Olympics, gave him the confidence he needed on offense to score a few more points. It also gave him the confidence on defense to step it up even more, which I did not think it was possible. Donovan Mitchell's playing like he usually does, out of his fucking mind. And Joe Ingles and Bogdanovich are some of the best shooting tandems this game has seen in a while. So look for the Jazz to definitely step up and beat the 76ers in that one. Next, we got the Grizzlies coming West Coast to play against the Memphis Grizzlies. I actually like the Memphis Grizzlies playing in that one. I feel like they play really well in the FedEx Forum in front of their fans, especially with teams that fans want to see. People want to see the Lakers. So when the Lakers come to town, they're going to get the players. They're going to get some of the team's best because their fans want to see it. There's so many Lakers fans in Memphis. As being a Memphian and growing up, born and raised in Memphis my whole life until I went to college. Like, I definitely think that Memphis is going to step up only because Lakers fans are going to show out for that game. Last but not least, on Thursday night, we got the Nuggets traveling to the San Antonio Spurs. I like the Spurs in that one, only because of Javante Murray is a beast. They don't have nothing to stop him down, offense or defensively. I feel like the Spurs at home are not going to lose many games because they do still give their fans what they want, and they do play good complementary defense as well. Look for the Spurs to run over the Nuggets in that one as well. All right, guys. When I come back, definitely going to talk about hot news and not news.